everybody, it's Usernamekate. Welcome back to the channel. This is a July update. What happened in the month of July? Now I know we're edging closer to mid-August at the moment, but it's been a pretty busy month, but I do need to check in with these monthly updates so you guys can kind of get an idea as to what's happening real time. So if you're curious, you're nosy, you want to know what's been happening, keep watching and I'll play the intro. So team, before I start, mind your business. I know you see them, we don't have to comment on them. I'm in my own home, I'm feeling zen. Right team, hopefully I won't keep you too long. This is just letting you guys know what's happened in the month of July. So kicking off the month, we had the Halwell Jones summer event. So I went down there with Mike, just mingling, chatting with everybody. And actually it was the first time that I saw the R1300R in the metal. Now I hadn't seen the RS because at that moment in time it hadn't come out, but Halwell Jones do have the RS in stock on demo at the minute, so I feel like I need to make a trip back there to ride it, get my mitts on it and see what I think, because you know, I will touch on this a bit later, but I did ride the R1300R and yeah, I was suitably impressed to say the least. So the Halwell Jones open day went really well. The blood bikes were there, the blood bikers, and it's always really nice to chat with those guys. The IM were there, so again, nice to chat with them. If you don't know about my whole saga with the IM, then maybe that's worth a bit of a watch. But yeah, it was just nice to mingle, great to speak to people. Username Dad rocked up at the open day, so that was so nice. It's good to see him. He turned up with a gentleman called Kevin who is from Florida, and we met him at the ABR. So he'd hired a bike, an R1200 GS Adventure, just to kind of do Scotland while he was over in the UK. And he travelled down with my dad, so that was really nice to see Kevin. He got some nice BMW t-shirts and my dad some alcohol that I think you can only get in his state or America or something, I don't know, but yeah, anyway, thank you Kevin, that was really kind of you. This month, let's think, a bit of Honda stuff that I have filmed but I haven't yet published. So we have an XADV review or first impressions ride in the pipeline, same with the Honda Hornet 1000 base model. So I had those bikes, spent a bit of time with them, did some filming. We've got those coming a few Sundays from now, I believe. So rode two BMWs from Halwell Jones Motorrad in Chester, and they were the R1300R, which I absolutely loved. I think it is actually my favourite BMW to ride now. I think it's actually pipped the GS for me. Wild, I know, but yeah, absolutely loved the experience riding that. It was ASA. I would like to try a manual one, but you know, that's not kind of how the cookie crumbled, so I rode the ASA and I really did enjoy the ASA actually, but yeah, I would like to ride a manual version just to kind of see. But yeah, that was great. If you hadn't seen that review, definitely check it out. I rode the R12 GS, which I honestly didn't think I'd really enjoy or like that much, but I absolutely loved it. Yes, it is so freaking tall, but I just see it as a bit of a challenge, and I kind of like to challenge myself every now and again. So yeah, no drops or anything like that, which is good, even though I did kind of make myself look a bit silly when I tried to put it into gear and I hadn't put the stand up and it just went. So yeah, I'll put that clip in now if you haven't seen that. It just made me chuckle. Maybe I should upload that as a short. We'll see, I don't know. Oh no.
They're a bit tall, Kate.
A little bit. Yeah. Oh, it's manageable. We'll get by.
Side standing, come on.
Awkward. I've heard it flip up. Okay, then July was my birthday month, so that was really kind of cool. Last year kind of went all out with a girls trip to the Lake District. We were all on like different bikes. I was on a Norton Commando. It absolutely chucked it down when we were going over Hard Knot Pass and all these, you know, different passes in the Lake District, and it was so fun and I absolutely loved it. But this year I did have some plans to do stuff with some friends, but it kind of got disrupted because I ended up going on a Suzuki launch in Slovenia, Slovakia, Slovakia, whatever, Slovenia, and it was at Ljubljana, based there. And I'm familiar with the hotel that we stayed in because that is where I sometimes stay with Canary Motorcycle Tours for their, you know, Summer in Slovenia trip. So I knew instantly that that hotel made a banging decaf iced oat milk latte. So I was like, yes, I know that I will not die of dehydration. So yeah, that launch was brilliant, and you know what, kind of, the bikes are amazing, the roads are amazing, it was fun to rip around, but one of the things that really made it for me was the company. So I was there with Lamb Chop Rides and English Biker Dan, and of course Adam Chad. And yeah, Chad is very like work focused, so off he goes doing his kind of own thing, but me, Chopsy and Dan, we really had some good conversations, some good chats, you know, just some proper like YouTuber friend bonding. And yeah, it was really nice to kind of spend my birthday with those guys up a random castle in Ljubljana. And if you haven't been to Ljubljana, by the way, it's an absolutely beautiful place and I highly recommend that you visit it. So yeah, that was great. I also went out on a little bit of a belated 100,000 subscriber celebration with my good friend Georgie, who I'm actually doing a trip with this month, well, kind of next week by the time this goes live. And yeah, it was from a patron, John Longdon, absolute legend. So John had arranged for me and a friend, which happened to be Georgie, to go to Cloud 23 in Manchester to celebrate, and we were there for afternoon tea and it was just lovely. So I'll insert some pictures now so you guys can see that. But yeah, a massive thank you to John Longdon for that, because it was a really awesome surprise and gift and I didn't expect it, so thank you so much for sorting that out. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey. Then recently I have come back from an 800 trip, not a trip, a day's ride to my mate Lucia's house, and I met up with Lily, who has just bought a new motorcycle. The Super Duke is gone and she now has a V-Strom 800 DE. She was very inspired riding Lucia's at the ABR. You know, she really kind of got a bit of an owner experience by, you know, Lucia trusting her with the bike and just saying, you know, treat it as your own for the ABR. She rode there on the motorway, so she got to feel what it's like with Lucia's modified suspension, because Lucia has kind of heavily modified her V-Strom 800 DE because she does take it like off-roading and green laning and doing the lanes and stuff like that. Can you got our wish, Annie? So noisy. That's what you get when you live in a flight path. Shut it, place. Thank you, Shanice. So yeah, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a plane. Lily has got this bike and we all met up at Lucia's. I was on the 800, obviously in a different form, in a different chassis with the GSX 8R, and we just had a nice little rip around. And I kind of went there not with the intention to film any kind of YouTube videos, because it's kind of just like a catch up with my mates as well, and sometimes I think you have to do that for your own sanity. When YouTube is your full-time job, it can be very tempting to be like, oh, I've got to film this, got to film that. And sometimes, you know, like I'm sure Lily and Lucia want a break from my camera being shoved in their face, but also I kind of like a break every now and again. And I rode back 2.5 hours. I rode back on this without cameras, just feeling good, feeling free, riding around. The sexy Scorpion exhaust just sounding great. I've put the baffle back in because it's definitely more livable with the baffle. But yeah, with this, we've got some R&G crash protection. I've done a video on doing the exhaust modifications and the R&G crash protection and tail tyre, which I think makes a huge difference because it was a proper ugly thing before. So yeah, been doing a little bit of stuff to this. I'm not quite sure what the next job is going to be. I think maybe a graphics kit, a sticker kit, just to kind of make it my own a little bit, or you know, feel more me. And then if I do eventually end up buying this bike after my time with it, I might make that subframe the same colour as the wheels, like a metallic flake, because I think that would pop and look really, really nice. So yeah, a few plans, but for the minute I'm just really enjoying riding it round with the crash protection, the tail tyre, the Scorpion, and yeah, hopefully the sticker kit soon. Right, so next week, yeah, I'll be in the Pyrenees. I'm going with two of my mates. We have Jade Rides, if you don't know who she is. She is a vegan biker. She's travelled a crazy amount of countries solo. She's lovely. So yeah, I think that's going to be a bit of a personal challenge for me because, you know, Jade has organised pretty much the whole trip. She's planned it all. She's found, you know, like the vegan restaurants and stuff like that. And I'm actually quite interested to hopefully have my perception of vegan food changed. Like, I really hope we go and we can go to these vegan restaurants and they deliver like some proper tasty dishes. If they can, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, I think that might be interesting, and I do eat meat personally, but you know, I don't think reducing your consumption can be a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm interested to kind of immerse myself in the experience and see how I get on. And I know Georgie's feeling the same because she's a meat eater like me as well, so we'll see, but it should be good. But yeah, Jade's organised it all. Sorry, I've gone off on a tangent. The other lass that I'm going with is Georgie, and she is Georgie Roams on YouTube. We're all filming for YouTube, we're all doing it in our own different ways, and actually that leads me to ask you guys, what do you want to see? How do you want to see it framed? Do you want day by day accounts? Do you want specific videos that stem from it, like how much the trip cost? You know, just specific videos that aren't necessarily the day-to-day. If you've got any ideas, please let me know, because ultimately I want to create what you guys want to watch. So yeah, it may help streamline my process a little bit and figure out exactly what I want to produce whilst I'm out there. But yeah, it should be so awesome. I'm actually not going on the 8R. I don't think I'm going on the 8R. I could go on the 8R, but I think that the Suzuki GSXS 1000 GT does go back in the near future, whereas I've got this a lot longer. So, I think I might do it on the 1000 GT because I've got the cruise control on that. You know, I've got my Aochi on there, my C6 Pro, so that's already set up, nice and convenient for me to use. So yeah, I think I'm going to be doing it on the 1000. Plus it's got panniers, which is great, but I haven't decided whether I want to use my panniers yet or I just want to use a T70 kind of roll bag from Oxford. I don't know yet. We will see. We will see. Another thing, I think this video probably will go live as I am at the Heritage Sprint in Deal, Kent, which is a bloody trek away for me and Mike. But we're going down there, we're taking the Ducati in the van. I think I might be on stage doing a Q&A, I think, we'll see. But what I'm most looking forward to is hopefully taking the Ducati down the drag strip, the sprint. Although I'm a little bit concerned, I hope it's a very, very smooth drag strip, because I actually took the Ducati out for a ride with Georgie Roams and Mike a while back. I haven't produced any content from it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've got it, I just need to edit it. And it made me realise that that Ducati is a head shaker. Like, there's a little slight pothole on the motorway as I'm changing lanes and ooh, it doesn't like it. and I don't like that it doesn't like it, so maybe I need to invest in a steering damper. But hopefully the drag strip is smooth and the tank slappers will stay away from me, please, please. Oh, another thing quickly, you guys may be seeing more Michelin on the channel because I am hopefully getting some support from those guys. So I will be equipping the Suzuki GSX-S 1000 GT with some Road 6s, which I'm really, really excited about. Georgie, completely off her own back and not based on my recommendation, because I've not really ridden with, I've ridden with them a few times, Road 6s, but I've not really put them through the paces, you know, like it in the rain, in the dry, stuff like that. So she's just gone and got some of her own accord. My dad's recently gone and got some, so they're on his GS, and he's currently touring in Germany. He's at Colditz Castle right now, and yeah, he's really enjoying the Road 6s. He's been riding in some torrential rain, so he reported back to me that they're giving him confidence, which I think is what you want out of a tyre. But yeah, if there is any specific motorcycle that you would like to see being reviewed or ridden on the channel, or you know, you've got an idea about what you'd like to see, whether it's a review or not, whether it's an event, whether it is a tour, a trip, whether you've got an idea as to what you think would be pretty fun, please let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what you guys want to see. Okay, right, well, hopefully that was quick, to the point, and yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Alright, take care. Bye!